Hi, everybody. It is Thursday. Week's progressing along. Had a nice rain last night, and then it's been dry all morning, but I'm looking out the window right now, and the sky is getting really black. Clouds are getting really dark, so hopefully we'll get another round of showers here. It's springtime, everything's starting to leaf out, and I think it would really appreciate an extra drink out here in the yard, especially the trees that need deep soaking. Give them some rain. You know, your sprinklers just aren't enough to help an oak tree. So fingers are crossed that that'll happen. Got a bunch of stuff I've been doing this morning and errands to run this afternoon and some stuff, people to talk to, sorting out band stuff. Got so much we got planned, and we're just waiting for the world to get safe to get out there and do it. It's very cool. There's an auction coming up with the Grammy Museum, which is going to be great, and it's really an auction fundraiser that is helping on multiple levels, but it's really helping music education, and I think it's a really wonderful thing that a lot of people are donating to this thing. I've donated, well, not actually me. Sheldon Dingwall has donated one of his basses that I use, and I will sign the bass. And with that, whoever buys that also gets a 30-minute Zoom one-on-one together to talk about whatever they want, or we could compare dance techniques or something like that, or maybe bake a pizza. Whatever you want, I'm here for you, babe. But today I was going to do something, and I started in one place and kind of ended up in another. I'm just going to do a little quick visit with James Taylor again. The song I'm going to do was the song that got James Taylor his original record deal with Apple Records. He sat down. Danny Korchmar told James, when you get to London, there's a guy you should look up, and it was Peter Asher. And James got to London, hooked up with Peter Asher. Peter listened to his music, and next thing you know, he's sitting in front of the Beatles singing, and he was the first person signed to Apple Records. And it was on the basis, I believe, of this song. Now, the song was cut early on, but we recut the song for James's Greatest Hits album. And it's just James and myself and Dan Dugmore on steel and Herb Peterson on background vocals on this. But it was interesting as I was going through things and looking at things. It was one song I was going to do, and I started to get into it and then went and checked. And it was one of the albums he did where there were several other players on it. And I was totally into the song, had it totally nailed down, and looked at the credits. And on the original track, Willie Weeks played on it. But I had played it so many times live, I forgot that it wasn't my part. And then I'm not going to go down and take somebody else's part from them. And Willie's one of my all-time favorite bass players, one of the true giants in this industry. So I'll let Willie's stuff stand on its own. But as I was going through it, I saw something, and I just wanted to read it to you. Get my glasses off where I can read. So this was James's Mudslide Slim and the Blue Horizon album. And this was a review that was done by the Village Voice. And it was a writer, I'm going to lean in here so I can read it off my laptop. I'm not sure how he pronounces his name, Robert Christgau. It's Christgau. There was a little review, and then it says, Christgau was more critical of Taylor's songwriting. Having squandered most of the songs on his big success, he's concentrating on the intricate music, Casco wrote, finding the lyrics more onanistic than ever, escapist as a matter of conscious thematic decision. From what? Well, you may wonder. From success, poor fella. Blues singers lived on the road out of economic necessity, although they often got into it. Taylor's an addict, pure and simple, a born-rich nouveau star who veers between a homestead on the farm. What does he raise there? Hopes? And the Holiday Inn, his mean old existential dilemma compels him to call home, deserves the conniving, self-pitying voice that is his curse. Interesting, intricate, and unlistenable. This was the review of James's Mudslide Slim album in the Village Voice. Unbelievable. I mean, the thing is, everybody's entitled to their opinion. So I do not fault him. for writing that. That's one person's opinion. And that's what comes with the territory. I've seen lots of those. Phil Collins got some of the most unbelievably scathing, terrible reviews I've ever seen in my life. At the same time, filling up every place we played and doing tons of encores and people still screaming for more. So it is. So, but this is the song. Let's see if I can remember this. So it's got intricate moves in it, and I always like. I don't want to space out on it, but if I really suck, I'll come back and do it again for you. This is Something in the Way She Moves, and it's just, man, a beautiful, beautiful song. So here we go.
Something in the way she moves, or looks my way or calls my name, that seems to leave this troubled world behind. If I'm feeling down and blue, or troubled by some foolish game, she always seems to make me change my mind. I feel fine anytime she's around me now. She's around me now, almost all the time. And if I'm well, you can tell that she's been with me now. She's been with me now, quite a long, long time, and I feel fine. Every now and then the things I lean on lose the meaning, and I find myself careening in places where I should not let me go. She has the power to go where no one else can find me. Yes, and to silently remind me of the happiness and good times that I know. But I said I just got to know that it isn't what she's got to say, but how she thinks of where she's been. To me the words are nice, the way they sound. I like to hear them best that way. It doesn't much matter what they mean, but she says them mostly just to calm me down. I feel fine anytime she's around me now. She's around me now, almost all the time. If I'm well, you can tell that she's been with me now. She's been with me now, quite a long, long time. Yes, and I feel fine.
It's a beautiful song, just simple, but it's got all kinds of little moves in it. And I screwed up one. It's supposed to be and I went, so I'll punish myself later for it. One thing I love about this bass is for songs like this, you can get it rich like that. You can roll. Let me see if it got to here. You can get this up. You can roll off a little of the neck pickup, and suddenly. Roll a little of that off. Add some treble. So the amount of colors that amazing. Gets a little deeper, so you lose the harmonics. This is the greatest workhorse I could have ever dreamed of, Frankenstein. So that's that something in the way she moves. Just simplicity. James's guitar playing is always like so remarkable because it's so comprehensive and always made me wonder what the hell am I going to do on this song, because he's already playing bass on everything. So that's the way it is. We had some discussions about, I don't want to go crazy on you, this isn't kinky or anything, about lubrication. And that Janine Mayo sent me some WD-40 for this chair and the one that I use for my live stream. And then lots of people were writing in saying, no, WD-40 is not going to do it. You need A1 oil or you need grease. Both of which I have at home. I have A1 oil and I have grease from when I was working on the hot rod for greasing joints and lubricating things on that. WD-40 I love just because I find it to be a great beard grooming aid. A little spray and a little rub, let it kind of soak in a little bit, and it helps a great deal. But it's trade secret, so just don't spread it around. Haven't seen the troll who jumped in there for a couple of videos telling people to text whoever it is. So I'm grateful they're gone. There's always some putz floating around somewhere that wants to crash the party. Let's see, is there anything else? I was thinking of some other things earlier. No, I think I'm also going to do, and for all of you who are engaged on the videos at this point and kind of know what's going on, I might do another video that'll be like another kind of QVC type video talking about the Clubhouse, Flat 5, the t-shirts and photographs and mugs and all this stuff that's available on that, and talk about the website for the book and the artwork and all that, just because a lot of people have come along that may not even be aware of a lot of this stuff, or they hear me doing some hustling and are not quite sure. So I'm going to probably do that over the next day or so and put that up. So if you've been down that road with me, don't worry about it. We'll grab another song after that. But I just figure it's worth getting out there. It's enough time has gone by, and I've got a little bug in my ear that says, don't forget to do that. And that little bug is my sister Debbie. She's going, come on, get out there and mention your stuff. And she keeps saying, when are you going to bring your guy back? When's the guy coming back to town to sit over my shoulder? And I just got a postcard from him, and apparently he'll be back in town over the next day or so. So I'm going to grab his chair back and give him a place to sit and observe everything that's going on here, because it's pretty funky. So I'm going to get going here. I've got another song to do for somebody today. I was really glad I heard back from Julian Lennon, and he was real happy with the track I sent him and said it's going to be on his album. So that was great. And two other projects that I've been involved with, people seemed very happy with their tracks. And the track I'm going to do today is a second track for one of the artists who said, no, can you do another track for us now? So I'm going to put together a chart and do a few passes and send them off, and hopefully they'll be happy with it. And I'll take it from there. And I'll go run a few errands, deliver a couple of books to the post office. And that's about it, I think. And then I have a couple of phone calls to make this afternoon that I'm curious about, some possible things going on. And we're still sorting out shipment to Japan for books, just getting freight information going, but it looks like I'm going to be sending a pallet of books as a starter thing to Japan that they can hopefully get into Tower Records, which has a big book department, and a whole bunch of other stores. So keeping my fingers crossed there, and still looking at Europe to get some books over there to a distributor so that people can get the books without looking at astronomical freight charges. And it made me crazy. One of my wife's best friends, she bought 2 books. She lives in Greece. And I signed them and shipped them over there. And apparently they never delivered them. She checked the tracking number and they got all the way to Athens where they were supposed to be, but never notified her or delivered them. And she's been waiting on them. And then she finally just got frustrated and went to the post office and said, oh, we mailed it back. So the books are coming back from Greece now, and I'm going to have to sort out a thing and resend them again. It's like, this has been, making the book was easy. Doing the business side of it has really been hard, especially still, on my own with this. So it is what it is. I'll take care of it, whatever's got to be done. So take good care, everybody. Just as I tell you every day, stay safe. I'm happy every day when I read people's comments and stuff and how many are saying, I'm getting my shot today or I'm getting my second shot tomorrow and all that. And families are starting to create bubbles where they can be together again. Grandparents can see grandchildren and all of this, which will bring some humanity back to us after this year. But please be careful out there, man. All these states that are suddenly acting like it's behind us, it's over, we're healed. Even though like Texas is unbelievable. Yes, as of yesterday, they had an 8% inoculation, yet apparently bars and restaurants and all kinds of stuff are wide open, no masks required. So I'm scared to death to see where numbers go and see how far behind the 8 ball we potentially could end up. So be smart. If we would just keep our shit together for a couple more months, we might really have a handle on this, getting the vaccines up. But man, this premature, jumping on the bandwagon just because of the pressure of economics is, the potential catastrophe from this is really astounding. So I'm hoping for the best out of this, but just be careful of this with you, your family, your friends, and everything. And let's try to keep the lives of the people working in hospitals reasonable. I don't want to see them to have to be going as crazy as they were at the height of this. But man, they are still in there every day and people are dying. So this is not anything to let your guard down at this point. So I'll find another song tomorrow. I almost got through that one unscathed and one little clamato in there, but I'll figure something out. I had a whole bunch of ideas. I get distracted. There's times where I start to feel like a 2-year-old, I've got all this focus, I'm going here, and I say, ooh, look at that, and you go off in the other direction. So I'll figure out where I end up, and then I'll ask you to join me. So take it. I don't know, I could never give that up. It's pretty fun. Okay. Okay, I'll talk to you all tomorrow then. You just take good care, and we'll see you then. Okay, bye-bye.